What's going on, y'all? Let's actually do that again. And there we go. Um, intro intro issues. So I had to use this one, which used to be my outro. But we build it as we fly, and sometimes we come across hiccups, and then we gotta pivot and improvise, and well, it'd be like that sometimes. With that, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat and the hype button. The hype button. Don't forget the hype button. Um, okay. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. This is just going to be kind of a rough copy, rough draft. As my title says, Marriage for the Affluent. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. From my understanding, um, shout out to Kevin C. Um, Kevin Samuels started saying that a bit before he passed, and y'all know Mr. Z's been saying that pretty much since I entered the Black Manosphere. I was not privy, but apparently, um, so was Coach Greg Adams. My apologies, everyone. Coach Greg Adams was saying similar, right? So what does this look like, right? Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. Like I said, I'm going to cover this in more detail. We're going to have our clips. I'm not going to be playing too many clips today, except of course how the women are going to be sounding for most of them as they age, because once again, women are subsidized by men. Shout out to those women who are going to make it work without, you know, um, but we already know enculturated 10 toes, we know that's going to happen. Acculturated, that's it, enculturated, sorry. Acculturated 10 toes, we know they're going to be on that. Dating for money, air quotes, dating. Dating for money, so we know, but that's because the ladies' finances are going to be all type of messed up.
Just my finances. Like, the budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that.
Huh? Shout out to B Simone. Right? So we already know single and childless Black and Latina women have the most, have the least wealth in America, right? Black and Latina women who never marry are the least wealthy in the US. This is something we mentioned on Mr. Z's channel ad nauseum, damn near every stream, right? Why does Z continue to bring up marriage? Marriage. It's a sign of stability. Shout out to BGS. He might recall and remember. Shout out to Black Uru. He might recall and remember. Shout out to Art New Style. He might recall and remember. Shout out to the ladies from the Breakdown of Women's Perspective. They might remember, the two ladies. Toya might remember. Rogish might remember. Goddamn Z. All of my day ones might recall. AB Media and whatnot. PK Angel and whatnot. Mr. Z has been saying forever what marriage now is the capstone to adulting. What marriage now is, it is a sign of stability. You don't turn 18, 19, 20, and I'm not saying this is the way it should be. I'm saying this is the way it currently is. You're not 18, 19, 20, 22, 24, 25 getting married and then really starting your life rolling with a wife. That is not how the technocrats and the women have designed it. Nope. No. Now you get all your ducks in a row. You go to school or you go to trade school. You build everything by yourself. And maybe your future spouse, in between getting piped by random dudes, she builds everything by herself. She's not building everything by herself. And then y'all meet somewhere in your late 20s, early mid 30s. And then y'all are the finishing touch to each other's life. Yeah. And that does not necessarily mean that y'all get married. But maybe now you qualify for Z. These are the words you're using. I know. But maybe now you qualify for long-term relationship in air quotes investment in. Shout out to all the ladies with the talk of emotional labor, right? And unpaid labor and domestic labor yawn. But now maybe you qualify for that. Huh? So shout out to Coach Greg Adams. It's what Mr. Z been saying. Coach Greg Adams was reading the article and said the top third are the ones who are getting married and maybe possibly staying married, give or take. Mr. Z said, nope, I'm gonna pull the Jason Black card. Y'all just ain't catch up yet. I'm gonna say what Obsidian says. We state the facts and we wait for the other folks to catch up. The top third will get married. The top 20, 25%, those are the ones that are more likely to stay married. We live in a capitalist society. You have to appreciate capitalism means all of it, the entire society. There's no quote unquote sacred thing. No, the marriage ain't sacred neither. The marriage going by the same capitalist rules. That mean the elite, tall, good looking, super charismatic dudes, they racking up numbers. Nothing wrong with that. Then they eventually settle down, maybe possibly, and marry one woman, and all the rest of the women, the potential side chicks, now they out here. Now you could catch her second round. Huh? As Jason Black says, the discount bin. Maybe with kid, maybe without. Definitely with some psychological issues. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a thing. Angry at the world because she couldn't land Mr. Chisel Chin Chad or Tyrone. At least not the first round. Huh? Another reason why the marriage rate is so low is because the men say that I ain't going. Wait, I was supposed to watch. I was supposed to be in college. For the men that do go, I was supposed to be in college. You were supposed to ignore me. And me know you getting piped down by Chisel Chin Chad. And you're the 12th girl he piped this semester. Okay, fine. Then I was supposed to enter my career. And you and women similar to you were supposed to be engaging in the same type of activity with the lead attorney. Not the literal lead attorney, but with a lead attorney of the firm. Maybe the lead attorney. Huh? Okay, cool. I was supposed to finally get my first real girlfriend, and it doesn't work out after a year or two. And then I'm supposed to be here working on myself, quote unquote, leveling up, getting my finances in order, getting my debt paid down, definitely working on my diet, going to the gym, engaging in quote unquote pro social hobbies. And then when you're finally ready and that biological clock is ringing off the hook in our mid and late 30s, then women like you are supposed to then consider men like me. Yeah, the men said they ain't going. So yes, the women said they ain't going because they don't want these quote unquote brokies, as Trell says, right? The women said they don't want the brokies, and the men said, yeah, we don't want high mileage vagina either. Okay, fine, you don't have high mileage vagina. We don't want cracked out psycho weirdo psychological issues vaginas either. Damn, Z, that's you just described like 80% of women in America, Z. Huh? Yeah, that marriage. I been saying it. I made reference to what the movie Elysium. Huh? A while ago, I played a clip from the channel Be Me, which is I think defunct. And I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna find that clip so we could play it again. I played clips from TYT when they covered this. Oh, maybe close to a decade ago at this point. Jason Black, who covered this over a year ago at this point. Well, he's been covering these type of things for a while, for years. Fine, y'all want to make marriage a luxury item? The women said, "I ain't going unless you paying." At the highest level, that's cool. Well, if the ladies sound like
The
this,
only time having a boyfriend is worth it is when he is able to fully support you and pay all your bills. I said it, and I'll say it again. The only time a man who is your boyfriend, he's not your husband, if you're gonna be a girlfriend to someone, he needs to be paying all your bills. Otherwise, why is he there? What is his purpose? If he's not, he's just a boyfriend. Meaning if he leaves you, and a boyfriend is not a legal title. If he leaves you and promises you marriage, leaves you with nothing, you get nothing. But if he's paying all your bills, you're able to save money, you're able to invest into businesses that you want to do. If he leaves you, you're leaving with something else at the end of it.
I guess we're throwing love out the window. The only time having a girlfriend is worth it is if she's giving you bedroom fun whenever you want, cooking, cleaning, and shutting up, and knows how to be a man's peace and not a burden.
huh? No, if that's how the ladies are sounding, then the men are gonna sound like, well, like that brother did. And if the technocrats are on the side of the women, which they are, then that's okay. The men, your average man, shout out to Coach Greg Adams. You definitely right. Your average man more than likely can't afford it and doesn't want to do it anyway. Nobody's coming in second place, third place, 10th place, and then paying to the highest bidder for your weirdo daughters. Absolutely not, America. You damn right that marriage rate for everyone who's not in the top third is going to the crapper. As it should. America, you raised these mean, snarky, rude, entitled, consumerist, materialistic daughters, these assholes. That's cool. America, you raised a bunch of asshole daughters, and you thought your sons were gonna what break themselves for these women? Yeah, right. How's that been working? Well, wait, it's not. Huh? America, we're not going. Your average man is not going. This is going to be a fascinating next decade or so, y'all. Next decade, next 2 decades. Oh, this is going to be fun to watch. Sad, fun to watch too. I posted something in my post. Was it earlier today? White dude goes through the numbers and tell you the average income is 64,000. The median income is 43,000. Uh-oh. And if the median income is 43,000 for Americans, not just men or women, no, Americans, what does that mean? What's the median for women? 41, 40, 39, 38, 35? Huh? And those women are going to stay single and be all right. Okay. Once again, the outliers are doing too much talking. The Chrissies and them are doing too much talking. That's the problem. Can't get you. The Chrissies and them are doing too much talking. And so we can't get to the root of the problem. Hey, these women starving and living at home with their parents, or they do have an apartment, but when you meet them, which you don't know is the reason she's able to afford her half of the rent for that apartment It's because mom or dad is paying for car note or paying cell phone bill or paying car insurance or all of the above. Huh? Yeah. That's how Chrissy can afford to sound like this.
This is what I tell average looking and below average looking women. If you can't date up, be alone. Life is easier that way. And I know that's controversial. I don't care. I don't care.
Yep. So the women are out here living free and fast. Pun intended. Huh? They living free and fast. But then they're meeting you and they plot on you like this.
In honor of me graduating college this week, I was like, you know what? We're gonna rip the band-aid off. We're gonna check our student loan debt. And I, kind of at a ballpark range, like I knew how much I owed, not down to like the exact dollar amount. I'm the type of person who gets nervous to check their bank account after a weekend out. So I took a look. I took a hard gander at exactly how much money I owe. I'm gonna die with it. Like, I can confidently say there wasn't even like a panic. It was just like my heart sank to my I'm gonna die with it. Like, I don't know any way I'm gonna be able to pay that off other than selling my organs on the black market. This is why I don't understand why people shit on sugar babies, because like I could get this all paid off tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow, but you know what I mean, like within the year. If I just found a rich man and everyone's like, patriarchy, don't work for them. Ask not what you can do for the patriarchy, but what the patriarchy can do for you. If it benefits me, then maybe it's not the patriarchy, maybe it's just a helping hand.
If it benefits me, maybe it's not the patriarchy, maybe it's just a helping hand. Huh? Yeah. ZZ been telling y'all the women think like this. That's why the women on top, they're less likely to get divorced. They're more likely to get married and less likely to get divorced. Yes. Dear technocrats of America, nice way of molding the ladies. I'ma love to see how y'all try to maintain this society in the next decade or so. Hey, we skyrocketing to Elysium. Dope ass technology. Socially though, this is why Mr. Z says techno-dystopian. Shout out to all the techno-dystopian movies. How far y'all want to go back? To the damn 30s? No, but for real, really the techno-dystopian movies going from the 80s on up. Huh? You damn right. If it benefits me, maybe it's not patriarchy, maybe it's just a helping hand. Yeah. That's why Mr. Z says these hypocritical ass people, women. Huh? 1 foot in patriarchy, 1 foot out. 1 foot in feminism, 1 foot out. A la carte patriarchy, a la carte feminism. Patriarchy by feminist specifications. But the onus is on the men. Every time one of these talking heads or pundits or contributors, it doesn't matter whether it's Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, any one of these folks talk, whether they're on the left or whether they're on the right, some type of centrist, it's the onus is on the men and the boys. Absolutely not. Tell your daughters who are not in the top third, definitely not in the top quarter of income earners, who are not with the men, because they're not going to be with those men. Tell them to get it how they live, however they figure it out. And whether figure it out is being with another woman, so be it. Huh? 23% of young black women now identify as bisexual. Yes. Burnt the social contract, you get what you get. Rightfully so. Huh? Rightfully so. The women and the technocrats burned the social contract. The reason why Mr. Z mentions marriage, even as the marriage rate, and it's funny what people are saying about marriage, we're going to get to that in a minute, is the stability of the matter. The social strife and social ills that we already see and that are continuing to get worse. Okay, fine, cool. The way it's being framed is the divorce rate is not increasing necessarily because somehow we've had an epiphany. Ain't no epiphany. No, we priced out the people that would have got married and then realized they got priced out, and then the women would have divorced them in anyway. They're not getting married in the first place, less and less to get the divorce. That's why the divorce rate is stabilizing. Got to get married to get divorced. The men realize, oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is a bad deal. I ain't going to get married to be divorced in 5 years if I'm black, in 8 to 10 years, 12 years if I'm not black. I'm not doing it. So the only folks that are getting married, it's not really the only, y'all know what Mr. Z is saying. The only folks that are getting married are the folks that, well, the man could perform and the woman could play her role. Or at least they could pretend to. And they're the ones that are less likely to get divorced. Huh? And Vince is defaulting on the social contract. You gets Nathan. They get nothing, bro. And rightfully so.
You will put other people in this organization at risk, and that organization does not want to take that risk. So you do not have this job anymore if you decline it. With any public health decision, there has to be a consequence to you not participating in that social contract.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Huh? So if the average income in America is some 64,000, the median income in America is some 43,000. This is going to be real fun and interesting to watch. Mr. Z patting himself on the back right now. Because I've been calling it. Huh? Who's more likely to get married, especially over the past couple decades? Who's more likely to get divorced? Huh? This is not on the mid. All you cowards, bro, y'all have all of these uninitiated. Mr. Z watches a lot, y'all. A lot of news. A lot of these news commentators. And whenever this comes up, all the blue pill simps. Oh, it's a deluge. It's a flood of them. Them and the women. With the same old tired talking points. No, your daughters priced their vagina out the game. So let them suffer. Huh? Old tired talking points. It's always the men that step up to the... Nope. The men are intimidated by the women. Nope. Huh? No. The women have decided they're earning their, especially for the college educated women, they're earning their 50, they're 48, they're 55, they're 60, they're $65,000. And if she earning 65 and you earning 50, who the hell are you? Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Now she earning 65. If you not 6'3" tall, chisel chin with the six pack and the 7-inch plus member, You're invisible. You better be earning 120 or better. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely wrong. Nothing wrong with that. But the men don't owe your daughters being that. And a bunch of blue pill simps, once again, whether it's on the left or the right, you let them talk, and all the onus is on the men. It's crazy. We all have the same internet, y'all. Yes, our algorithm might feed us a bit of different things here or there, but the reality on planet Earth is still the reality. Screw what your algorithm is sending you. So we all have the same internet for the most part. And we see it, and these other folks don't. No, they're cowards. No, they're cowards. Huh? So when you're watching news, CNN, Abby Phillips could have that smug look on her face all she want every time we talk about the boys and men. She could have this one. She's married. She's good. She out the game for now. And she's probably CNN news anchor. She probably making some good money. Even if her and her husband were to divorce today, she gonna be okay. And she gonna get remarried. All the rest of her sistren, namely black women, have fun. Huh? Whether it's on the left or the right, whether it's man or woman, all of these blue pill weirdos made the environment insanely toxic for the men. And then look at the marriage rate like, what happened? It's the man. They don't want to step up. We don't owe, first of all, we don't owe y'all stepping up. That's number one. Number two, step up to do what? With who? Your insufferable daughters? Who didn't price their vagina out the game? Yeah, let that marriage rate fall through the floor for the bottom 2/3 of women. Yeah. Cool. That means I could get my pipe game on for the discount because we know she's gonna be starving. Oops. That's great. Huh? Yeah, lady. I heard. Yeah. You're expensive. Yeah. Heck, what do you? As Corey Holcomb said, heck, what these $40? Huh? Oh wait, recently Corey put the number up. Okay, fine. Heck, what these $200? Huh? Student loan debt. You know, Jason Black mentioned it the other day. Now your life is a $5 million life. In America, it's a $5 million life. That's a whole lot of heavy lifting, y'all. You imagine a $5 million life, and then your wife divorces your ass. Anyone, anybody says anything about these white Broncos? What y'all said about them white Broncos again? Anyway, continuing. $5 million life, and you file for divorce. All right, white Broncos are us. Anyway, huh? Johnny Cochran said, "If the glove don't fit, we must have quit." That's what he said. Anyway, continuing. Huh? $5 million life, and she ain't gonna cook. $5 million life. You imagine? Forget paying for all of it. Screw their fantasies. You imagine subsidizing that $5 million life? Subsidizing that $5 million life, and she telling you what she not gonna do with an attitude, talking to you crazy, man. Yeah. And your sons are supposed to sign up for that. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Huh? You don't have to be, dear men, you don't have to be rich. Dear black men, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to pay for everything. I'm glad we're here now. Women were playing in our faces, particularly the blue pill men. Now that the numbers are every new day, we have new numbers. Every day we have new numbers. Oh, y'all starving over there. Oh, you were trying to call our bluff, huh? Oh, so you do? Oh no, you make okay money. You making 65? Okay, that's good. Wait, what was that? Oh, you $90,000 in student loan debt. Yeah. Huh? Oh, you still making payments on that Tesla Model 3? Yeah. Oh, your half of the rent is $1,300 a month. Yeah. Huh? Oh, we not even added all your subscriptions and your groceries and your going out bill for the month. Yeah. Yeah, about that. So you earning 65, 70 a year, but your lifestyle is 80 a year. Who gonna close that gap? Oh, and definitely, there is definitely a pun in there. Who's gonna close that gap? Who's gonna fill that gap? Uh-oh. Huh? So yeah, some of these women are making okay money. They 58, they 65, they're 70, they're 75, they're 85. Huh? But they're earning 85. By the way, that's before taxes. They're earning 85, which after taxes is what, 60 something? 63? Huh? 60, 61, something like that. That's their take home pay. That's the net, right? 60, 61. Okay, still not the worst in the world. Oh, wait, Z, but her lifestyle brings her right back up to 85. Okay, yeah, there we go. hmm Yeah, that marriage rate for the bottom two-thirds, you damn right. You damn right. It's going to go right through the goddamn floor. Bury itself through the basement. Rightfully so. Mean, snarky, rude, entitled, spoiled brats with delusions of grandeur. Huh? Weird rom-com fantasies about their life and the outcome, and are mean as hell to your average man. Yep. And women constitute what, 70, 80% of consuming in America. Oh, this is gonna be fun to watch. Oh, this is gonna be fun to watch. And single women are more likely to spend when they're single. Single women spend more money than married women. Oh, this is gonna be fun to watch. Oh, this is gonna be fun to watch. And now that the capitalists are licking their fingers because they already saw it. That's why I continue to make reference to the she economy memo. The she economy memo. Huh? Morgan Stanley was salivating. Oh, 45% of them are going to be single by 2030. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Now we find it out it's closer to 50% of them women in America, not just black women, that are going to be single, which means unmarried by 2035. Oh, they salivating. So now there's a financial incentive to keep y'all ass single. Oh, this is going to be fun to watch. They're going to be perpetually in debt. take 20, 25 years to pay off that student loan debt, if ever pay it off. And then they're going to be in credit card debt. Oh, this is going to be interesting to watch. You know, years ago we used to say, and every once in a while we still say it, we really need to invest in um, veterinarian hospitals, or the vet. We need to invest in that. We need to invest in pet food. We need to invest all of that. And the pet clothes, because you know they're going to be putting on the different tutus and whatnot on their little poodles and their little shih tzus, pet barrettes. Huh? Oh, yeah, we need to invest in all of that stuff. Z, you gonna say, you know, Mr. Z gonna say, and we gotta invest in adult female toys if y'all get Mr. Z's drift. You know? You gotta invest in some adult female toys. Boy, you about to make millions. Huh? Otrell definitely financing the trip to Jamaica or Bahamas, the USVI. Huh? She gonna finance the trip to Jamaica, and she gonna leave Dexter St. Jacques a little tip. Huh? She gonna leave Dexter St. Jacques a little tip after he give her a little tip, you know? Dexter St. Jacques be looking like this after summertime. Dexter St. Jacques be all Mrs. Z can't even get it out. Huh? He be papered up. Huh? So it's cool. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. Mr. Z I'm gonna get up, you know, all my clips ready and whatnot. We're gonna do a part 2 to this. Yeah. Chewy.com stocks might be a real good investment. Say that, Starman. Exactly. Exactly. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat and the hype button. Trell said, a tip for the tip. You hear me? Starman said, Dexter St. Jacques go build a 3-story crib for his family on the beach. So if you really consider where we are, it is those movies. And Mr. Z gonna go, we're gonna go techno-dystopian movie hunting, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Um, because the what's interesting about a lot of these movies, particularly coming out of the 80s and in the 90s, it's not necessarily only the main storyline. It's the background noise. It's the background. I made reference to this about Cyberpunk 2077, Edge Runner. When you watch that series, it's on Netflix, you guys. When you watch it, I said it before, you see the dude that's sitting on the wall next to their hideout. He's laying there with some VR goggles and a jack-off machine. Huh? It's a lot of stuff that is interesting about the background of a lot of these movies, a lot of these series. When I watched was it Gundam Wing Iron Blooded Orphans? The world was chopped up. If y'all paid attention, the world was chopped up into corporate districts. Earth was chopped up into corporate districts. Huh? Yeah. So a lot of these things, you know, of course, whatever author of whatever book that got turned into the movie, this was that person's vision, usually a man. But based off of where we are in 2025, it don't look like these people were too far off the mark. Yeah. Y'all know Mrs. E can't stand Justin Timberlake, but the movie In Time, they developed the type of technology where when you turn 18, you stop physically aging. Was it 18 or 21? Something like that. Now you stay alive by time and you barter time. It's no longer money. You barter time. So you can live to be 1,000,000 if you have enough time, if you can keep on accumulating time. And there are uber wealthy people, and they have like these different gated communities where every gate tax your ass on time until you end up at the very top, and it take however many hours and minutes off of you. And you arm wrestle time and everything. Yeah. Yeah, we walking into that world. Hyper atomized folks. And shout out to everyone. You know, we're because I think the way America has done, particularly black men, one of the reasons why we're on the cutting edge of this is because we don't trust the system or the women. Ooh, goddamn, see. Huh? We're not just now wiping the coal out of our eyes like the white men are. Huh? We don't have these delusions like the women and the white men. Ooh, goddamn, see. And some non-black men who are not white either. All you other men of color. Huh? So because of that, we've been calling this. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Shout out to Jason Black. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. We've been calling this. We know what it's going to be. So while these people were getting on the men about this loneliness epidemic and framing it as if, yeah, it's a loneliness epidemic because the men are not likable and the men need to step up and the men need to develop personality. And now that, the women are no longer needing them for money and for wealth and for income, now you have to bring something else to the table. And what we find out is actually your daughters are pretty goddamn lonely also. Quiet as kept. What we're finding out is your daughters are pretty goddamn lonely. See, the formula of we'll minimize the plight of the women because we don't want the men to realize that they have power in this situation. It's over. The era of the wag our fingers at our sons while playing like our daughters are these innocent little hapless, helpless creatures just looking for love and someone who's equally yoked in a sort of mating yawn. That era's over. I've been saying it. I've said it. The outliers are doing too much talking. Chrissy more likely is going to be okay. Kim Foster's going to be okay. Real talk with Yanni, if she could keep up this YouTube thing for decades, or if she could find some nice business to invest in, she's going to be okay. Y'all haven't seen from Paris Malone, right? Paris Malone been gone for what, a year plus now? A year? She's going to be okay. Many of these folks are going to be okay. The average woman, namely black woman, not so much. Manifesto, yeah, no little Asian chick. Was she Filipino or something like that? Whatever the hell. She gonna be okay. All these little antagonistic female content creators, women content creators online. These news pundits already said it. You know? Crystal Ball, every once in a while she'll say something. I'm like, she's gonna be okay. Crystal Ball is gonna be okay. Like I said before, Abby Phillips is gonna be okay. Simone Sanders is going to be okay. Their sistering, on the other hand, absolutely not. All they sistering in that bottom 75%. Have fun. Huh? Ebony K. Williams, she's gonna be okay. Lauren from the Breakfast Club, she's gonna be okay. All of those women are gonna be okay. And they're gonna be the one. Teslin's gonna be okay. Those are gonna be the ones that are loud and we don't need no men and the Meg Thee Stallions, we don't need y'all, we want y'all. They're gonna be okay. And it's always gonna be them the ones that's talking too, by the way. You're right, Ray. Ray says Z. Some of them will not be okay. You're right. You're right. Some of them are gonna fall off financially. You're right. Some of them are gonna be sounding like B. Simone. You're right. We know.
Just my finances. Like the budgeting. You see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that.
We know. You're right. With that, I just say they're gonna be okay. Because we have to be clear. These outliers, as Mr. Z says, are doing too much talking. There's a reason why I say that. It's really them. I'm not saying we're not meeting average, everyday black women in your real life, IRL, who sound just like them and who listen to them or just as antagonistic, but she got to live the consequences of that. Your average, everyday Walmart worker, Walgreens, CVS worker, working in Macy's or whatever the hell, any big box store, she work at Costco or Sam's or something like that, working in your grocery stores, even if she works in some cubicle somewhere, earning some good $65,000, $70,000 a year, she's gonna have to feel her words though. Sounding like B. Simone, that 9 to 5, I can't deal with no man with a 9 to 5. Huh? She's gonna have to live with those words. All the women that sound like Kim Foster, I X'd off I can't do no blue collar. Well, that's a good what percent of black men? 60, 70% of black men that work? Maybe 55 on the low end? You're gonna have to feel that. That's why I say the outliers are doing too much talking. Because they could talk that and they don't have to feel the consequences of those words. Or at least they don't have to feel the full weight of them. I'll give you that. I'll say that. Huh? Claudia Jordan's one. Claudia Jordan, she's still doing okay-ish last time I checked financially. But remember, Claudia Jordan's what, in her mid-50s at this point? Early mid-50s? The weight of that at that age to maintain that herself, that's what's really killing her. Yeah. Is Claudia Jordan still getting the type of gig she used to get? Probably not. But I would argue that's not really the issue. It's maintaining that momentum. She told you she got to pay for this car note, that car note, this car insurance, her house, or whatever she's renting or whatever she owned, and she got to carry that freight by herself. Claudia Jordan don't come from no money. So she got to carry that herself. Huh? A lot of these folks got to carry that themselves. Melissa Ford, a lot of these women, they got to carry that weight by themselves. Huh? So they're not first tier. Ebony K. Williams was another one. They got to carry that weight by themselves. And those are the ones do yap. And they'll be okay because when they sign these gigs, they sign a contract for this amount of thousands a month. This contract, hey, you get 100, you get a 150, you get a 250 a year. Oh, and by the way, These group of people want to fly you out for an interview. That group, and this is the money on the table. Yeah, they talking. Your average woman is not getting those type of opportunities. She gonna have to feel the weight of those words. Is she still gonna be delusional enough to be sounding like Ebony K. Williams? Yeah, we talk about black women, probably, but she still have to feel the weight of those words. And she uses living vicariously through Amanda Seals or whoever the hell to get that type of energy off. That oh, I'm better than these niggas ain't shit. Da, 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 da. Huh? So that marriage rate is going to continue to go down. Once again, that's just a sign of a lack of stability. That's all that is. Even with no kids, these women can't afford their life. You're earning $43,000 a year. You can't afford your life. You're being subsidized. You're being subsidized by parents. You're being subsidized by whatever man you throwing whatever vagina through to, excuse me, whether y'all are in a quote unquote relationship or not. You're being subsidized by dad, by mom, by both. As I said before, whatever man you throwing vagina to in the interim, yeah. And racist. I got recommended that Manifest Filipina lady, and her takes were atrocious. You know, what I appreciate about these folks is their luxury beliefs, right? Late stage capitalism, neoliberalism, and you have folks who have certain experiences growing up and currently in their life, they're doing okay financially. Because there is something to distinguish. There are the women who are aggressive begging, where they're telling you what they're not going to settle for, but really they're in the struggle, and so they're looking for a captain to save them, but they're trying to save face. There are those women, and there's a lot. That's the most. Most of the women that's talking, and they talking crazy and reckless, that's them. Particularly the black ones and the Latinas. That's them. They're sassy begging, they're aggressive begging, they're arrogant begging. They don't got it like that. Huh? When they tell you where they've been, they're either lying or somebody flew them out so they could get piped out. But they don't got it like that. Then there are the ones who are doing okay. These are the Ebony K. Williams of the world. Right? This is the Manifesto. They're doing okay-ish. And Manifesto put money, she being subsidized. I put money Manifesto is being subsidized. Ebony K. Williams and Amanda Seals and them, that's a different conversation. But the Manifestos, she being subsidized. The problem with the Manifestos is when they tell you what you shouldn't settle for as a woman, what they don't appreciate is yet you have that man that allows for you to do that. The masses of men are not that. So what are you relegating women to? When you hear Chrissy talk, when you hear Manifesto talk, when you hear Shira 7 talk, all these black women in luxury and what you shouldn't settle for as women talk, all this luxury dating talk, sugar baby talk, the women who are with those guys, okay, fine. You're with the men who can afford that, whether he's married or not, and you're the side chick, or you're who he's dealing with right now, but he's spending opulently, Y'all don't really got a relationship going. Y'all got a situationship going, but he's paying you for exclusivity on your end of the bargain. Okay, fine. That's only a handful of men that can afford that. That's only a handful of men. We're not talking about the dude that's sliding you $300 or $350 a month. We're not talking about that guy. We're talking about the guy that's paying you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 every time y'all meet. There's a pun in there. That's only a handful of dudes. Those women are doing way too much talking. Manifestel is one of them, doing just way too much talking. Huh? Ray says, sure, Seven's man doesn't make six figures and she pays too. Beyonce all over again. Oh boy. Yeah. And y'all, let's be very clear. You saw it in a swirler divester framing, but this is the case for a lot of that. The Kings of Queen lady, the little petite black woman that had that big burly white dude, right? What she told you, he pay all the bills, he do all of this, he do all of that. Then when they got into an argument, she started spilling. Once again, let them talk. The reason why these weirdo blue pill folks sound the way they do, and Mr. Z says this often, it's because they don't bring women to the deep end of the pool in the conversation. All your Christian folks, huh? Your Orthodox, whatever the hell folks, they don't bring women to the deep end of the pool in the conversation. So the women get to hide behind whatever belief or faith they have. The women get to hide behind concepts and notions of what a man should be and who's deserving of respect. Because if you're not paying for this and if you're not doing that, all that sound nice when you keep the women on the kiddie side of the pool in the conversation. When they're in the 3 feet side of the pool and you're not really stressing them too much and it's all the pleasantries. Oh yeah, the women sound like that. Start stressing them out a bit. Bring them to the deep end of the pool in the conversation. And watch their heads start turning. Watch their eyes start twitching. Watch them get real aggressive. Huh? Watch how neoliberal they sound towards men. Huh? Y'all don't bring them to the deep end of the pool, so that's why you don't get to hear this.
I'm making this as a PSA to any man that ever thought he had a chance with me or any man that wants a chance with me. If you like 50-50, stay where you're at, baby, because this mouth is only going to get more egregious. I promise you that. I'm paying these big bills and you think I'm not about to be talking to you out the side of my mouth? Watch this. Watch this.
Huh? I'm going to play this because I play this clip often. Oh my God, I play this clip often. Listen to how the young lady sounds. We're gonna talk about it. Listen to how she sounds. You could tell it was a tense conversation, and she was at her wit's end. And that you have to bring them to the deep end of the pool in the conversation so you can get the real from them. Here you go.
What top tier? Your dick is not equal to my fucking pussies. Point blank. Period.
His dick ain't equal to your fucking bills neither.
God damn. Look, at the end of the day, I ain't
them bills got your name on it. They don't have his dick name on it.
At the end of the day, I ain't fucking no broke ass nigga. Do what you want with your pussy.
Yeah, you don't have to fuck no broke ass nigga.
Straight up.
Look, you can fuck a nigga that ain't broke. That's not a problem. But just because he ain't paying your bills, don't mean he fucking broke. That mean it ain't his goddamn responsibility. Your bills got your name on it. It don't have his dick name on it.
Okay, you're right. I land my plane.
You see how that mouth?
Huh? You heard her. She was clear. Do what you want to do with your vagina, but this vagina got a price tag on it. Huh? Your peen, your D is not equal to this vagina. You get that type of rhetoric outside of them bantering with their homegirls or whatnot. No, you get this type of rhetoric when you bring them to the deep end of the pool. When you're not having the, when we're not just having the pleasantries and she get to check off all the crap stereotypes about the men. Oh no, girl, you know these men ain't nothing. You know, I'm going out with them. They don't even want to pay the bill, huh? Yeah, when you let them do all this the negative stereotype thing about men, yeah, they're gonna get in. They're gonna engage in that. But until you bring them to the deep end of the pool in the conversation, that's when you get this. That's when you get that, huh? And she said this vagina got a price tag on it. She said it. Deep into the pool.
Way top tier. Your dick is not equal to my fucking pussies. Point blank,
His
period.
dick ain't equal to your fucking bills neither.
God damn. Look, at the end of the day, I ain't
Them
fucking
bills
no
got
broke ass
them
nigga.
bills got your name on it. They don't have his dick name on it.
At the end of the day, I ain't fucking no broke ass nigga. Do what you want with your pussy.
Yeah, you don't have to fuck no broke ass nigga.
Straight up.
This vagina got a price tag on it. Straight up. You heard her. You heard her. Y'all heard that. Huh? So don't get caught up on her size and her delivery because the funny white girl is saying the same damn thing.
In honor of me graduating college this week, I was like, you know what? We're gonna rip the band-aid off. We're gonna check our student loan debt. And I, kind of at a ballpark range, like I knew how much I owed, not down to like the exact dollar amount. I'm the type of person who gets nervous to check their bank account after a weekend out. So I took a look. I took a hard gander at exactly how much money I owe. I'm gonna die with it. Like I can confidently say there wasn't even like a panic. It was just like my heart sank to my I'm gonna die with it. Like I don't know any way I'm gonna be able to pay that off other than selling my organs on the black market. This is why I don't understand why people shit on sugar babies, because like I could get this all paid off tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow, but you know what I mean, like within the year. If I just found a rich man and everyone's like, patriarchy, don't work for them. Ask not what you can do for the patriarchy, but what the patriarchy can do for you. If it benefits me, then maybe it's not the patriarchy, maybe it's just a helping hand.
She's not the only one.
If you are broke and I choose to deal with you, I will belittle you. It is what it is.
Huh? And that entire stream with the light-skinned young lady, she said, broke is you not earning 2 times more than she does. Yeah, that marriage ain't gonna go through the floor. We're gonna cover it again. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. It's interesting. Some of us, we don't talk to each other. Maybe we don't even consume each other's content. Not like that. And we all are coming to the same conclusion. We all either came to the same conclusion years ago, because clearly Kevin was saying this before he passed. Mr. Z was saying this before Kevin passed. Coach Greg Adams been saying similar. Because the math was evident to us. Huh? The math was clear as day to us. We're black men. We're black men in America. And let this be a lesson to everyone. Uzi, you about to go there, aren't you? Yep. Oh yeah, we go into the race. This is the race portion of the stream. Huh? Yeah, what happened to all the white dudes and the Latinos? What happened? Huh? See, when we were telling y'all what it was, y'all don't want to hear it. There's even Africans, y'all going through it right now. Some of you first and second gens, you going through it right now. ADOS men tried to tell you. Huh? Yeah, the incentive is there for the ladies. Get married, divorce, take whatever you could take on the way out the door. Destroy the family. And potentially the kids, but pretend like you don't know nothing about that. When the kids turn all type of messed up in their 20s and 30s, you don't know nothing about that. You don't know what happened. Huh? So yeah, the kids might be doing okay financially. They might have graduated from college. Can't maintain nothing with no man. How many Nigerians going through that right now? Ooh, goddamn. There's a bunch of Nigerian poppies. Y'all got 40-year-old son and daughters. They not married. What happened? Huh? Huh? We definitely got them in the Haitian community. Y'all better believe the Jamaicans got them. What happened? And for all you white guys, what happened? Huh? What happened? All the single baby mama talk from the 80s and the 90s, from the early 2000s. What happened? Huh? See, Becky and Karen starting to talk to y'all kind of reckless now, aren't they? What happened? Y'all heard Z say it before. It's fascinating. These people don't want to hear nothing about systemic anything concerning race. But then those same people turn around and tell you about family court and how it's rigged against men. Man, if you don't get the entire hell on my face. White dudes will tell you why they don't want to get married, why they're not in a relationship. Huh? They will run it down for you. How the system is rigged against men, particularly white men. Of course they're going to say particularly white men. Lames. They'll describe that to you all day, every day. And then you look at them as a black man and chuckle and walk away. Because if the game is rigged against you, then what the hell? What you think that mean for me? Huh? Yeah, the white men are going through it. That marriage rate going through the floor. That marriage rate is going through the floor. Appreciate it's not just marriage. It took me over an hour to get here. It's not just marriage. The marriage rate is going through the floor. We know young men are having less sex, if any, under the age of 30. We know they're not entering relationship. It's not just the marriage. It would have been one thing if on paper folks weren't getting married, but they were still having children and they still had companionship. That's not happening much either. That's going down the drain also. Oh, y'all want this atomized society? You're going to have it, and you're going to have all the social strife that comes with it. Y'all want to turn marriage into a luxury item? You're going to have it, and you're going to have all the social strife that comes with it. Huh? And Too Watchful says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, and the hype button. There you go. Yeah, Mrs. Z over here be forgetting. And Too Watchful says, and thank you for the super chat. Just because Z's petty and doomer and funny. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right. I try to chill out on the petty though. I definitely get in the bag every once in a while. Definitely. right? The doomer, yeah, that's Z, right? But we have to. I think black men, because of our political and social position in America, are damn their natural born sociologists. We're pretty much natural born sociologists. We're definitely raised to be that because of our position in society. Huh? Because how this society has painted us. That includes black women, that includes black women, by the way. We called it. We've been calling it. And these folks, I want everyone to appreciate this. Even though we're right, do not be surprised when you come across people, your aunts, your uncles, huh? Your grandparents, maybe even your own parents. Yes, they think that black women earn more than black men. Yes, they think there are more black men in jail than in college. Yes, they still think that. Huh? Yes. They think that the reason why the black community has no money is because Jordans and weave. Yes, they actually really think that. So don't be surprised when you're speaking to family members and they say some weirdo stuff. The reason why these young people ain't getting married. They don't want to settle down. They don't and to be honest with you, for some of your sons, yeah, they don't want to settle down. Not with your asshole daughters. But simply not wanting to settle down, no, that's not the problem. With who? Settle down with who? With who? So yes, a lot of these people are out of touch. They're not up on game. They're not up on the latest and greatest information. They don't know. Outside of spaces like this, how many folks know that the home prices are in the 400 and some odd $1,000 across America? New car prices pretty much $50,000. Huh? That's some 40% of Americans, the new numbers are some 40 or some odd percent of Americans can't afford a $500 emergency. If you're not an economist or you don't watch all the videos, you're not subscribed to those channels, and you're not occupying spaces like this, who knows that? Huh? Who knows that? And Too Watchful, once again, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. They don't know. I like this, Starman. I'm gonna start using this. And Starman says the real BBC: Blackstone, BlackRock, and wealth calcification. Say that exactly. Exactly. And Dr. D says Keishas will not let go of a talking point that benefits them. Reality be damned. It's them bidding themselves up to put you in the position, any man, particularly black man, in the position to have to pay more for her presence and her quote unquote companionship. Huh? That's what telling you what restaurant she's been to is about. That's what telling you where she's been out of town is about. That's what telling you, oh, I've been in that type of car. Oh, I used to date this type of man. Or I've been in this type of party. All of that is to tell you, hey, I've done this before. I'm on this level. If you're attempting to get with me, appreciate I'm used to the finer things in life. Yawn. Huh? So those talking points that benefit them, Dr. D, I get it. Huh? Acting like they're Ebony K. Williams as she talks, or they are Kim Foster as she talks. Huh? They're Teslin as she talks. Meanwhile, black women earning $40,000, $38,000, $35,000 a year. Huh? Roommates or living at home with their parents, their mom. Or they do got their own place and they got to do Uber Eats, Instacart, and whatnot. Some of these folks have a 9 to 5. She had a 9 to 5. She earning $55,000, $60,000 a year, and she also is supplementing that her life with gig economy work. Huh? Get off of work, go do Instacart or any of that, Grubhub or whatever the hell, for the next 2 hours. Meanwhile, as you're saying right here, Dr. D, the talking points that benefit them, yeah, they're gonna be regurgitating that. We know what they actually live in. Huh? Say that, Gil Gabby. This is my point. And Gil Gabby says, it's like in many futuristic novels and movies, marriage is found among the elites who use it to preserve power in their lineage and caste, while the masses are single or born artificially. Oof. And there you go. Now consider this. Didn't we find out that China's working on those artificial wombs in robots? And you'll get your artificial womb for what, $14,000? No, that was the robot for 14,000, right? That was a robot for 14,000. But we know they're working on the artificial wombs. If that's an achievable price point, let's say all in, having a baby for a man. Let's say you don't have no woman, but you want to have a child. All in with no hiccups. We're not talking about when men freeze their sperm or women freeze their eggs or nope, 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 nope. All in, guaranteed $15,000-$20,000. You don't think there's going to be some men that finance that to have us, especially if you could pick out son or daughter? They know we have the technology now to do it. Come on now. Huh? You don't think people are going to go? 20K all in, 15,000 all in, people going. You could skip the baby mama drama. You could skip the donor womb and all this other stuff. And oh yeah, people are gonna go. They're gonna go. And don't get it misconstrued. The women are gonna go. Huh? Joe says designer babies all over the place too. Oh yeah, you better believe it. You better believe it. Baron won't be the only one walking around here 6'6", 6'5". Huh? I said it, like I said, I didn't watch it, and I saw your comment, Trell. Trell was like, something like, be lucky that you didn't go through that torture or something like that. But yeah, the acolyte. I didn't even watch it. Once I heard the premise of it, I was like, oh, so they like use witchcraft or magic or whatever science or whatever the hell y'all said it was magic, right? To have these children and it's nothing but girls. Yeah, if you think if black women continue with this mindset, but the technology allows for them to borderline clone themselves or just find some way because the science is, and somebody said in the comments when I said that too, the science is going to look like magic. If you think black women are not going to do it, you got another thing coming. And by the way, that will not stay in America. If you think black women on the continent won't go, all right. Huh? The fracturing of society. The plus is you don't have to worry about the opinions of others. You don't got to worry about coming home late. Your lady cursing you out, fussing you out. You don't got to worry about that anymore. We're going to be atomized to cell. You don't got to worry about that anymore. The social strife, though, oops. We already see and we already have nephews and nieces and whatnot who are a little weird, a little different, particularly the girls. Talk about socially awkward. What happens when it's a bunch of folks, artificial wombs, no siblings, atomized, work from home if they have a job, being subsidized by UBI checks and whatever other gigs you can cobble together? Every time you actually do works with someone, it's a work project that's only going to last for 3 months, 6 months, a week, and then you move on to the next gig. Oh man, yikes. Vince says, you mean Ebony K. Williams' daughter in her cohort? Just saying. If this is where we're going, then yeah, y'all right. Ain't no point in marriage. Let the elite have it. No point in marriage. Let the elite have it. And deal with all the consequences of that too. Elysium showed you the consequences. These other movies and television shows show you the consequences. Big sprawling cities. Huh? People getting off all type of weird ways. Hey, if that's where we going, that's where we going. Gil Gami says, but if men and women can decide whether they want to have a boy or girl without the opinion of the other, a la Django Fett, yeah, then lineage of men will crush lineages of single women. This is where you get the acolyte. This is where you get that. That's where you get the female covens. They won't be out there like that. They will sequester themselves away from the rest of society, and I don't think it will just be unidirectional. No, I think the rest of society will shun them also. How else do you preserve yourself? Huh?
That's what I think it would be. If What happens when you think you're the ish and the rest of society doesn't agree with you, and there's no real way for you to prove that you are. This is what I'm saying. And Gilgamesh says, "Island of Lesbos," huh? Which is just a different version of name the apartment complex in the hood in a city near you, minus the suns, huh? So that's all it's going to be is the ebonies of the world. They're going to have their daughters and perpetuate the foolishness. Huh? Joe says we're going to see lots of test tube babies with good hair created by black women. They finally get that the long silky, right? Finally get the long silky, and then still wonder why they're not getting them a black man. We told y'all it wasn't the hair. We told y'all it wasn't the hair. Huh? Starman says broke Benny Jesuits from Doom, right? But yeah, well, but look how vital and pivotal. Look how they they had the foresight to go to places centuries, millennia in advance to start manipulating the way that people saw the world. Like the thing with that is those they were actually good. I'm not saying they were good people. I'm not saying those women were good people. I'm saying the foresight. I'm saying making sure you're in the spaces where you need to be to marry one of the well not marry but make sure the king of whoever or the lead of whoever procreates with this woman so that they can have a kid and yeah, that takes a certain level of discipline. Is mischievous, excuse me. It's cold and calculated, but that takes discipline, right? You can't let your ego get the best of you. You got to move in silence. Huh? People know, oh, she comes from this group, or she comes, and that homegirl over there comes from that same group. But y'all so tied in that nobody can really do anything to y'all. Yeah, no, that take discipline, bro. I don't know if black women got it. You know? And more, your everyday white woman showing you she don't got it neither. Your Latinas don't got it. Your Asian women, namely the East Asians, are showing you they still got they still got the discipline a bit. Huh? So yeah. So yo, I ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer. Louis, I'll check it. I'm not gonna keep y'all too much longer. I wanted to kind of do a rough draft, like I said, so this one is not gonna be too much of a long stream. Um, Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. As I said before, Marrige is gonna go to the crapper more and more. I called it. Marrige is the capstone. It's the finish line. Marriage has become the finish line of adulting. And when you hear adulting, think all of the markers of stability: the reliable car, the home or apartment, the essentially you're walking on your own, no training wheels. No, you're in your 30s, but your parents or your mom or your dad is still paying for car insurance or cell phone bill or whatever the hell. And marriage is becoming that, which is funny. Here's something to consider before I end out. There are couples that are serious relationship or married where parents are still subsidizing their adult children. Yes, within marriage. Within marriage. And Ray, this is something that I was attempting to get at also. Ray says, and marriage used to be the start. The women are going to have to cut the crap on this building talk. No. If you built your own thing over there, that's a strong ass if Z. If you built your own thing over there and I built my own thing, what exactly are we building in this relationship? We're combining forces. Ain't too much building going on. Where we're building the relationship, cut it out. If the women want to be risk averse, then fine. But we could cut the language, that flowersy language. And as Ray is saying here, marriage used to be at the start. Now marriage is at the finish line. And if we follow the economic trends and numbers, most people are not going to get to the finish line. White, black, Latino, Asian, or otherwise. Oh, this is coming for Asian people, by the way, too. Don't think they're immune. They're not. Huh? Check that birth rate in South Korea. Check that birth rate in Japan. So if marriage, once again, sign of stability. That's why I emphasize it. If marriage is at the finish line, and most folks aren't going to get to the finish line, and we have tons of studies and data that show what marriage does for men and women concerning their behavior and their discipline and just the responsibility, yada, 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 yada. And we're watching that dissipate for the bottom 2/3 of Americans. I'm arguing it's going to be the bottom 3/4 of Americans soon enough. Then y'all hold on to y'all hats. We're on the cutting edge. The rest of America, the rest of the West, the rest of the planet, not so much. Huh? Yikes. So on that note, y'all, we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. Oh yeah, what Mrs. Z say? Like, share, subscribe. Hit the hype button, hit the thank you button for the replay squad. Shout out to the replay squad. And yeah, y'all have a great rest of y'all night. And we should be coming to y'all with a part 2 or a clean copy, because I call this the rough draft. So we'll, if not tomorrow, Monday, that's the goal. All right, y'all. Well, tomorrow is Monday. What does he say? If not Monday, if not tomorrow, Tuesday. All right, y'all. Mr. Z out.